Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Welcome back, GTLers. How are you doing? We were just over in Belgrade, and now we are in the Parma, and we're going to see if we get some ham for watching this tennis match. That's probably offensive to all of your family. Apologies, JG.
Yeah, and this tournament is actually the Emilia Romagna Open.
Ooh,
and
like
in the past, it's always been a challenger tournament, to be fair. It's always been on the challenger tour for the men. For the women, I'm not sure if there was ever anything going on. We had the women's play, what was it, just this week? Coco Gauff won against Wang in the final. So well done to her, 6-1, 6-3. So she's the first victor on the women's side of things. Who's going to be the first victor on the men's? It's an ATP 250 tournament now, no longer a challenger. Ooh. In the challenger years, it was exciting. There were some players I loved. Tommy Robredo, spoke about earlier, won in 2019. Yep. 2020, they had two going on. They had TFO at 1-1, and they had Stebby beating Liam Brody in the final as well.
Steve. Yeah, very good, mate. Straight sets win against Liam Brody. Well,
and for me, this is still Coco Gauff's stamping ground, mate. From what we've seen from her, she's won the doubles with Cathy McNally, and she won the singles as well. She is the queen of Parma. Who's going to try and topple her and be the king?
The King of Parma, mate. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very, very exciting draw, this one. We've got the Strasbourg women's one coming up after this one. We're going to cover that. But, well, mate, we've got some very good Italians in this draw, and ones we've seen very recently, even today, I believe. Yep. So it's going to be very exciting to see how the draw plays out and who meets who when going through.
Yeah, and it's a little bit more exciting than the Belgrade one, and the fact that it's a bit more open. Vance is saying this one's going to be a lot tougher to predict, and I completely agree. We've got Sonego back, ex-Huntlo's there. How good's he been recently?
Very.
I can't wait to see him back in action. To be fair, but I've missed him not in one this week. Yeah. But before we get into the draw, let's have a look at some of the qualifiers. Let's see if I can find it this time because I was all over the place in the last one. So qualifier-wise, here we go. Found it straight away. We've got Branancio, the Italian, really good player. He's going to be playing Gabashvili. We've got Norbert Gombos playing Altmaier tomorrow. Ooh. We've got Pedro Martinez playing Bonzi. And Weimar Viola. So you can already tell it seems to be a lot higher quality. I know we've got Djokovic in the other one, so that sort of brings it up about 20 levels. But overall, in terms of all the other players, for me, some of these are really good. Pedro Martinez, you don't want to be facing him first round. Either Altmaier or Gombos can be bracket killers. I know Gombos, I'm a big fan of him. I have him going through. He's usually my dark horse. So watch out for him. Weimar as well. I think he's a quality player. And Branaccio, I like him too. So there's some really good qualifiers. And I will be probably tempted to pick some of them if they're faced against someone who I'm not that keen on.
Yeah, I think that's fair, mate. It's going to be interesting, though, to see if anybody can raise themselves up the rankings in this one. We had, obviously, Sonego. He moved himself up to 28th in the world. He was able to win this one, and all other results go his way. I think he could move himself up into, 23rd in the world. Maybe even higher, maybe 22nd. So that'd be really good.
I feel like it's a matter of time. I think he can have a good run at Roland Garros as well if he has a nice draw. So, well, we see what he did to Djokovic, mate. He went to a third set. It was so close.
What he did to Team.
Yeah, beat Team.
Yep. Very, very impressive. But he's probably got his eyes set on becoming the number one Italian. There's still two ahead of him at the moment, Yannick Sinner and Matteo Berrettini. So he's going to have to work hard to get up on those guys' level.
Yeah, but he is going to be the number one seed, so he's the guy right at the top of the draw. The number two seed for this one is no other than Benoit Paire. And looking at the quality throughout this bracket, it just seems it doesn't seem fair, basically, that Paire is number two. I don't understand how that's possible. His ranking is not a fair reflection of where he plays. but it is what it is. What can you do when you've got someone like James Munar who's unranked and you've got Benoit Paire second seed?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Munar's probably rubbing his hands together because it's not affected him because he gets to play someone like a Paire early doors.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so crazy. He's number 2 seed still. Surely at some point these ranking points are going to disappear. We're going to see Paire for what he really has been over the last 6 months to a year. Has been is the exact word. So, mate, I just want to get stuck into this draw. I'm excited. Shall I bring it up onto the screen?
Let's get going with it.
Yeah, mate.
Because it is a lot closer, this one.
All right, I'll whack this one up on the screen.
And, mate, there's a lot at stake for you. I want to point out, we will bring up the Google Sheets at the end, but you're slacking a little bit with that. You're a few behind me now. And it's starting to get a bit embarrassing for you, Ben, because we're supposed to be doing these podcasts and J Genius is cleaning up. Ben's slacking off at the moment. So let's see what happens.
Boring Ben. Not the Ben forcer. I'm forcing myself like further away and I'm going to get relegated, I think. So, but yeah, I need to get a win back. There's still 6 months of the year left. There's still time to catch up. I should have done more points for Grand Slams, I think, but it's a bit late for that now. Anyway, we got the top of the draw there. Lorenzo Sonego, number 1. He'll be up against Andrea Seppi or Sebastian Korda. That's an interesting one.
What a tough few players here. So you've got Sonego with a bye, then I think Korda beats Seppi. What a tricky first round match that's going to be. Well, second round really, isn't it, for Sonego? It's tough. It really is because I really like Korda. But I'm going to have to go for the Italian. Lorenzo Sonego has really impressed me recently on the clay as well in Italy. I think everything's kind of just edging towards him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Korda was to do it. And I think whoever wins has a good little run until they meet Musetti, maybe.
Sure he's easily going to get past Andrea Seppi? Seppi's been back on the Challenger Tour for a little bit. He's just been plying his trade. Did all right. He came to the final, I think. Was it? No, it wasn't the final. I think he won one event, maybe, potentially. Did he play Brody? Yeah, he beat Brody in the final in...
Yeah, that's right.
Biella, yeah, but he just lost to Batchinger, who not that great. So I'm going to go Korda. Sonego, Korda. Well, let's go down first. I don't want to tackle that one yet. Gianluca Mega versus Lorenzo Musetti.
It's got to be Musetti.
Yeah, mate. Come on. After his performance today, he took a set off Tsitsipas. I was very happy to see him playing well until Tsitsipas really got going, and then it was a whitewash in that final set. Nishioka Query. I'm going to go Nishioka.
Yeah. Me too, mate. I've got exactly the same so far. It's good to see Query back. I don't know how good he is on the clay courts, if I'm honest. Probably can beat Nishioka, but I'm going to stick with Nishioka. I've seen a little bit more from him. I'm going to have Sonego to beat Korda, Musetti to beat Nishioka, because that's just the matchup I want to see. If we get that, we will have to do a watch-along. Hopefully it's not during work time. Probably will be, knowing our luck. But Sonego Musetti is the, I don't know, it's the second best to having a Sinner, really. There's so many great Italians. I think a Sonego Musetti matchup on clay probably as good as it gets with the Italians.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, mate. That would be, just both fighting it out. Obviously, Musetti, he's moved up to, I believe it was 76th in the world now, I think. Yeah. So he'll be looking to try and bear down on Sonego. He's probably one of the ones that's in his sight. He'll be looking.
Mate, it's the battle of the Lorenzos as well. Only one Lorenzo can win.
That is right, mate.
Who's the real Lorenzo? As Jordan goes, we'd like to see the Lorenzo quarter.
Mate, that would be sick. I would love to see that. Not sure how I'm going to go with it yet. We'll have to move back to that later or go.
No, you have to do it now, didn't you?
No, I'm coming back.
Come on, we always do.
Really?
Yeah, mate, we always have his head in the section. You can't have no one head in the section. I'm going to make you go for it right now. I'm not having any of this. You need to pick your Lorenzo. Who is your Lorenzo fighter right now?
Sonego is my one.
Same for me, mate. Sonego, head in the section.
All right, cool. So we're both agreed. I'm sorry, Musetti. I apologise. I reckon he'll get there. It just needs another year, maybe. So Struff has got a bye, and he'll be up against. This is actually Caboli. And he'll be up against Giron. I think Giron's going to be too strong for Caboli. Even though I really like Caboli, it could cause an upset here.
Yeah. No, me too. I'm going to go Giron as well.
Steve Johnson. Big Steve's back. Go on, Big Steve. It's up against Yuri Vesely, though. I'm actually going to... I don't know with this. Vesely's not been good at all recently.
I'm going Vesely still. I'm sorry. Steve Johnson's not doing it for me.
Mate, well, this is like the battle of who's the worst loser at the moment. Steve Johnson's lost his last 5 in a row, and Vesely's lost 6 out of his last 7.
Gosh.
I mean, I'll go.
Well, at least
Vesely.
someone gets to end it.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I do
Vesely
like these matchups sometimes when both players are on a losing streak because it just gives an opportunity for someone to break it.
Yeah, well, bad news from his last match. He retired Vesely from his last match against Delian. So hopefully that doesn't have any lingering injuries. I'm going to go Vesely anyway. Steve Johnson's not a clay quarter. I'm going to have Tommy. Oh, no. Travaglia, Tommy Paul. I think I'm going to go Tommy Paul, though, to beat Travaglia.
Yeah, Tommy Paul for me as well. Good clay quarter. I like him a lot.
Mm.
And I think he could have a nice little run. He's going to be, I'm going to have Struff Giron. I'm going to have Struff advancing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have Tommy Paul versus Struff here.
Same.
And I'm going to go Struff. But I don't know why. I don't know why, because Paul can beat him. I think it's one of their matches which is going to be, with the odds, it's going to be 1.9, 1.9. Like, it's just nothing between them.
Bench saying, regarding Tommy Paul, I don't trust a guy with 2 first names.
Sure, we don't like Steve Johnson then either.
Yeah, it's very similar, isn't it? It's very close. No. Right, I've got Tommy Paul. You've got Jan-Lennard Struff. We'll move on.
And one thing with Vesely, mate, what's going to reassure you a little bit is 12 travel 21 saying Vesely has some clay pedigree. Beat Djokovic in MC a few years back, Monte Carlo. Steve-O's allergic to clay. I think a few of them. I think Sangren is as well.
Mate, yeah, I think.
And Medvedev.
Medvedev's definitely allergic to Roland Garros in general, I think. It comes out in a horrible losing rash. We've got Bedeni against Caruso next matchup. I'm going to go Bedeni. I think he's looked all right recently. Caruso's been a bit of a skid. You like Caruso? He's in Italy. I don't know if you're going to back him, though.
Who did you go for? Bedeni?
Yeah, I'm going Bedeni, mate. I think Caruso, he's lost 4 in a row. I don't trust him.
I'm going Caruso then. Come on. Vamos, Caruso. Let's get this done. The Italian.
Next one's a horrible matchup. Cecchinato versus TFO.
Mate, that's a pick-em. That really is a pick-em.
I'm going with the home. If it's ever a pick-em, you always go with the home crowd advantage.
Well, I'm going to go TFO then. Completely opposite to you.
What are you doing? This means.
And do you know why? Reason being, TFO's won this event before when it was a challenger. He won here in Parma. He won the Challenger Parma before.
Maybe you should still be playing the challengers. Anyway, I'm joking. Francis, if you're listening, I'm sure you're not. We got Emil Rusevori versus a qualifier. This could be tough. Emil's not really impressed me lately.
Well, if it was like a gun boss, I don't know. Who are the qualifiers again? There's some good ones, right?
Yeah, mate, there is some good ones. I think
could be Gombos, could be Pedro Martinez. Say a Pedro Martinez versus.
I think I might go a qualifier to knock out Rusevori then.
No, I'm not. I'm going Rusevori.
You never go against Rusevori. It's just not a done thing. I'm going to go with it. I think he might have a bit of a dodgy one.
Okay, fair enough. And then Ramos with the bye, the 3rd seed. How good's Ramos been this season? He's sprung to life. To be fair, beating Nori in the final. He's looked so good. He really has the full deal. And based off that, I think he's probably going to head the little section for me. I'm going to have him beating Rusevori. And then I've got TFO beating Caruso. So a little run for TFO here, but Ramos ends it.
Cecchinato and Ramos ends it as well. Surprised. Is he going to run out of steam soon, Ramos? He probably will. Those old legs, they're not going to keep him... going.
Probably recency bias with us there, getting a bit carried away, massively. But let's just hope he can do it.
Gasquet.
Final section now. Gasquet, he's back. Been playing well, right? He had a good win recently.
Yeah, mate, he's been playing very well. Had a good tournament. Who was he got lost to? It wasn't wasn't.
Let me see if I can get it up because I
can't think
can't.
of his,
It's just too many matches, mate.
I can't
We
think of
cover
his
so many.
name. I can't think of his name now. It was it wasn't a Hatchinov he lost to, was it?
I don't know, mate. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, he lost to Hatchinov. So he
Yeah,
lost to
there you go.
Hatchinov 6-1, 7-6 in the tie break. But he beat Schwartzman. That's it. He obviously had a big win against Barrera in the first round, and then he beat Schwartzman. I think it does mean much. I know you're being harsh on Diego. Yeah. He's still Diego. I know he's not playing great, but he's a quality player. One of my favourite players ever, Diego Schwartzman. Right. And he still beat him. So watch out for him. He had a close second set against Hatchinov.
It just came up short, didn't he, in that match, Schwartzman?
Oh, I've heard that one before.
Oh, God. How many times can you go to the well with that joke? Anyway, Gilles Simon versus a qualifier. I don't know, mate. I think qualifier.
Mate, this whole section's just a bit of a joke.
A nightmare.
Like, I'll be honest. I think it is a pick-em. I'm actually not going Gasquet. I'm going to go qualifier 2. I'm going to go Gilles Simon and then Munar. And Pair obviously gets the bye. That's my
going
thought.
Munar as well. Yeah, he's decent. Haven't Munar and Pair played each other recently?
I think Munar smashed him. Did he not?
There was part of me that thinks that is correct, but I'm going to have to double check that just to be on the safe side. I swear that he played Pair recently.
Probably, mate.
Let us know in the live chat if you do remember, but if he didn't play him, it was somebody similar. I thought he did play him. Oh, well, I don't think he did. I can't see it on there.
No. I don't think it's Munar we're thinking of. But Munar's not been playing. I'm getting a bit mixed up. He's actually on a 3 losing streak. He lost to Delian. Yeah. He lost to Dimanor. Lost to Shardy in a close 3 sets. But he's more than capable. Beat Thomas Fabiano here. Liam would be disappointed to know. But yeah, Munar's capable. I'm still going to back Munar. I think he beats Pair. And then, this is where it gets a bit tricky. We're completely... One of us is going to have a really bad bracket, by the way, because I feel like I've gone against you on every single one.
Mate,
I don't know who's going to have the bad one, but we're going to be at contrasting places of the leaderboard this year, or this tournament, should I say. Well,
I need some sort of luck to turn. Maybe this is where Benoit Paire, his luck turns, and he beats Munar. And then we have an all-French affair of Paire versus Gasquet. Is that going to happen?
Not for me. I'm going to actually having qualifier 2 beat Gilles Simon. I'm just going on a whim. I don't even know who qualifier 2 is. And I've already got him in the quarterfinal.
At some point. The French Open.
Munar beats him. Munar beats Paire and Munar heads the bracket. That's my final say on it, personally.
I don't know. If Paire was to just turn up once, you know that he would go through this fairly comfortably. But there's part of me that doesn't think he is going to turn up. I don't know. Yeah, go on. I'm just going to go for it, mate. Come on, Paire.
Oh, come on. You've lost it. This is what I did with Monfils. It's like...
no, we both
just losing the plot.
Right.
We've got Lear in the chat quickly saying, got a soft spot for Schwartzman. I feel his pain as a small man. Just asking him how tall he is. Same as Diego, 1.7. It just shows you, though, Liam. If you keep at it, you could be a Diego Schwartzman on the court. Never know. We've got Jordan mugging you off, saying Paire over Munar. What are you thinking, Ben?
I know it's all getting a bit crazy down that bottom end. I need to go back to the top. I can't stand that bottom of the straw. So Sonego, Tommy Paul. I'm going
Sonego Struff for me.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. Sonego. If he can, the problem is with this is to get here. Sonego's probably got one of the toughest routes, and it doesn't make sense because how can the number 1 seed have one of the toughest routes to get to the final? He would have to have beaten Korda, Massetti, and Struff for me to reach the final. No. When if you look at the bottom, you could be facing Paire, Gilles Simon, TFO, and Caruso to get there. So it's a bit mad. Like I've got a very contrasting top and bottom, and I feel a bit sorry for a Sonego, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I still think he has all the firepower to do it, though. If he gets past Musetti, then I think he's definitely possible that he could get there, get past Tommy Paul. I think in Italy, I think there's going to be some fans there probably. So I think he'll get cheered on. He loves a crowd, Sonego. So he'll be playing up to it.
No worries.
I'll have Ramos to beat Paire. And so I'll have a Ramos-Sonego final.
Ramos, yeah, mate. I feel like Ramos, he should make the final because their quality is not great at this bottom bit. I think maybe a Travaglia. Oh no, Travaglia's not there. There's not really anyone. I think Ramos walks it. To be fair, I think he's got so much quality, and he's shown it recently. If he's playing his A game, he gets to the final. So I have him there as well. I think we've got the same final. It looks like, mate.
Ramos-Sonego, mate. Looks like we're both going for a Spanish-Italian final.
Yeah.
It's annoying you can't just see both the players at the same time. But anyway, that is the final. Who are we going to pick is the question. I'm going with Ramos Vinolas, mate. Wins the whole thing.
Not for me. Sonego, I think you've lost the plot there. Not really. Ramos can do it. There's no doubt about it.
I think it's got an easier draw. That's all. That's the only reason I'm going for it.
There's more likelihood he'll get to the final.
Yeah,
if you're playing it tactically, it's a smart decision to make. The reason I'm not so keen on it is I think he's an older guy. I think he's going to be a bit fatigued. He's played a lot of tennis recently. I think I posted something on Twitter earlier on the GTL account of who's got the most wins on clay. And I feel like he's up there somehow because Casper Ruud's number one. Wow. It's quite an interesting read. So, yeah, most clay court wins 2020, 2021. You've got Casper Ruud, 32, which is unbelievable. Tsitsipas, 26. So he's 6 above him. So we'll talk about Ruud in another podcast. Obviously, he won today. You got Garin, 25 wins. And Ramos, 24. Garin. Nadal, 23. So Ramos has won more matches on clay this year than Rafa right now.
Well, he's been playing a lot more. We got Jordan here saying Struff defeats Ramos in the final. That's an interesting one.
It can happen. I don't think Struff's ever won a title, so it'd be nice for him to actually get one. He's certainly got all the ability to.
Yeah, mate. Agreed. Well, I've got Ramos. You've got Sonego. Hopefully that's the final, because at least we know that we'll be pitted against each other again. And I can have the Spanish flag, if that's the case, for a change.
How many aces are you going for?
2. No, hardly any, mate. Don't know.
So Sonego can find one. I'm going to go 5. And then match white, mate, it could be some long matches. I'm going to go for an epic. I'm going to go, I'll go 120. No, not too bad. 2 hours.
All right. Do you want to go and have a look on here quickly?
Yeah, we can do. We can do that before. Yeah, we do this for the men's, and we can talk about the women's after because we've got another one to do. But this is the overall standing so far of the draw bracket, draw bracket. If you've not entered, make sure to do that now. You can enter obviously the one for Belgrade, the Parma one, and the Strasbourg one we're going to be doing. The link, let me just find that for you, and I'll let Ben talk through this.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see here, it's the ATP season. And we've got the GTL fan winner there, and we've got the winner of the tournament, and then we've got just me versus JG. It looked like I started great in the year, and it's gone rapidly downhill for me. As you see here, the past, 6 tournaments now, JG's got one over on me. And, well, are you winning one?
You need to go down, mate. There's more.
Are you winning? What's that one? You won the whole thing, did you? On that one?
In Dubai. I won the whole thing.
Amazing, mate. Well done.
I won Dubai. You don't remember?
I can't remember, mate. I completely forgot.
It's the one where I almost won the whole thing overall, but then some guy had Karatsev, which was annoying.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was right. Yes, I remember. You came second in the whole thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right. And
not bad. I'm on a little run now, a little free streak. Ben took a story. But it's been some good names. It's been some really good tournaments. I want to give a shout out here to Big Al. I can see he's won a few. You got 9-9. Is it Tev?
Yeah,
Tev's done well.
Yeah, Tev.
He won on the WTA recently as well. I think if you want to go to the right slightly, mate, we can see the overall stand-ins and the top tippers. So if you go up a little bit, the top tippers, Thomas Rock smashing it up. He's leading right now, as you can see. Oh, no, he's not. Chris Smear is, sorry. We've got Chris Smear number 1 right now. Thomas Rock is so close.
Yeah.
We've still got, how long we got? I think another 9 days or so until that all closes. So if you want to send any tips, hit the PayPal and we'll make sure we record it in this month.
How you doing, McQuadrio? Join in. Don't worry, you're just in time for the WTA Strasbourg. We'll be going to that one next. So rewind, we'll watch after.
So 16-9, Ben. What's happening at the moment with you?
Yeah, and I think it's as lopsided on the women's. So I'm gonna stop sharing that. And we'll move on to WTA Strasbourg. Hopefully I do a bit better in this. I thought at least I'd do better on women's or something like that, but yeah, it's been pretty shoddy. That, mate, for me, there's been a lot of people pulling out of tournaments, and I think
you've just got a bit unlucky. I think it can happen. Maybe I've had a bit more luck on my side. I feel like I pick sometimes smarter. I pick smarter than you. I feel like you get too wrapped up in recency bias.
I blame these late night draw previews, to be honest. I can't. My brain does stops working late at night, and then I think this is where we do it all. I think when we do an early morning one, I might do a bit better. But yeah, unfortunately, late night is not my thing for very, very good decisions on bracket leagues.
And before we do that, do you want to give a quick update for the Game of Faces? Because we've got Liam here saying that he's had the Game of Faces song stuck in his head all day. And it's
really
true, he was singing it earlier.
Well, I can show you the Game of Faces for, but there's going to be obviously only one winner. We had the winner last week was Rafan, and I realized that it was Rafan is table tennis, so our draw at the end was complete garbage of doing a predictor of who was going to win, because it was only going to be him. So at least that was well, it was pretty funny anyway. When I went back and watched it, I saw the live chat and I was actually laughing to myself that we're doing a coin toss between the same person. But make sure you get your answers in and leave it in the YouTube comments, please. It would be great to get as many entries as possible. I'll show you the face one more time. This is the face that you are going to be guessing, guys. So make sure, put your answers in the comments. We've only had like a handful of people. You could be winning a prize. We'll be announcing this early next week in the first podcast of next week. Come on, who could it be? The hair, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, mouth and chin, and then that daddy long neck, or very interesting neck. So who could it be? I mean, come on, guys. I want to see as many guesses as possible. I put a lot of time and effort into this little segment. I just want to get
Mate, you didn't play the song. I want to hear the song before you do Game of Faces. Let's give the Game of Faces song one time.
All right, go on.
Time to face the game. You know we want it. It's the Game of the Faces. Time to face the game. That's right. It's the Game of Faces.
I actually agree with
It's the end to that. So you leave your answers in the comments. We'll give a prize to the winner. The only way to enter is not in the live chat. It's after the stream's ended. Put it in the comments. If you want to do it right now, go on any video and put it in the comments, and we'll be able to see it from there.
Yeah, come on. I agree with Jordan. It looks a bit like Stepanek, if you remember that guy. It does look a bit like Stepanek. Yeah, good old, wasn't it Radek Stepanek, I believe his name was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, good player. Liked him. So, right, I think we, without further ado, mate, let's move over to Strasbourg.
Hey.
As you can see there, nice new little French flag in the background. And I will share with you. Well, do we need to go through the past winners? Is there any past winners on this one?
I'll just have a look, mate. To be fair, I've not had a chance to look at this one. So
either,
the tournament is the International de Strasbourg 2021. Yes. So let's have a look now to see who has won in the past. And I believe,
withdrawals, mate. Oh, God. So many. Daniel
I can
Collins
see the 2020 champion was Elina Svitolina.
Well, have a look here. These are the withdrawals from the competition so far. Daniel Collins out, Coco Gauff out, Kudermetova out, Kuznetsova out, Pavlyuchenkova out, Podoroska out, Risk out, Rybakina, Sorribes Tormo, Donna Vekic, Vondrousova, and Qiang Wang.
So who's left?
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the who's who of the clay court women's game at the moment. Wow.
So yeah, this tournament's been around forever. I'm looking here at some of the winners. You had Sharapova win 2010. You got Andrea Petkovic 2011. Francesca Schiavone 2012. Obviously a brilliant Italian player. Monica Puig 2014. Let's move to more recent ones. Samantha Stosa, she won it twice, 15, 17. Pavlyuchenkova won it in 18. Yastramenko 2019, and then Svitolina 2020. So, yeah, some good players. No real amazing ones in recent years. There's none of your huge names, but still some interesting ones, interesting winners.
Ukrainians have been doing well here over the last couple of years. That's interesting. So maybe have a look out in the draw if there are any Ukrainians in there, because they might be the ones to pick. But we will see when we get to the draw. I haven't even seen who's in this one yet. I wasn't even aware until before we did the first draw preview. You said there was one in Strasbourg. It must have just popped up today.
Yep.
But yeah, never mind. Right. How good? Let's get to it, mate. Top of the draw. Wow, look, it's a Canadian.
She's a Canadian, but is she going to play? That's the question. We know she enters these tournaments, but why does she withdraw every time? I don't understand. She's got to be in a state to enter to begin with. So hopefully she can play, because she's such an exciting player. I love her so much. One of my favourite women's players. But quickly before that, we've not spoke about the qualifiers. We should probably talk about them.
True, mate. True, yeah.
Let me just see if I can get them up. So we've got... I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be harsh. There's no one good. We've got Ocean Dodin. She's okay. Probably the best of the band. No, but they get worse. Then you've got Simona Wallop. You got
Walter.
Walter. Sorry. Walter.
That's
you got
interesting.
Hatuyuka. Never heard of her.
Some good names
Ramirez.
There, don't know. That tongue
Petkovic.
twisters.
Nimia. Diane Perry. Tandy. Poncha. Lazara Garcia. Pama Michel. And Zanevska. So I'm going to be honest. None of them names sort of come out to me and think they're going to win this tournament. But what do I know? I feel like women's tennis, sometimes you can have the unexpected happen. Could we see... we've got Wallop there. Liam's calling her. Could we see Wallop go all the way and win it? Simona Wallop. Forget Simona Halep. Simona Wallop's going all the way this year in Strasbourg.
Yeah, I mean, we can give you a little bit of an update. She is Swiss. It is Simona Walter. She's a 20-year-old. Maybe she will go all the way. She's not the best form recently, losing in ITFs. She went to 3
I actually know who she is, I'll be honest, because of ITFs.
Okay.
I've seen her before.
But Dodin's a bit decent. Probably
Dodin's the only one who stands out as a good player. No offense to the rest. So, based off that, Andreescu for me, I think she beats whoever they are.
Well,
and she's got a nice little draw here, early doors, because she's got 2 other qualifiers who she'll be playing in the next round.
Wallop,
I'm going to go, number 3? Go for Wallop if she's number 3.
All right, I'll go 3, but I'll have Andreescu beating both qualifiers. Sure, if she doesn't beat the qualifiers, then Andreescu's in trouble, I think.
Got back to say that's JG's nice way of saying, who are these people? No, I do know their names, I must admit, because I do. Ben will tell you, it's honest. I do know a lot of these ITF players, but I just don't. I'm not infused by how good they are. I'll be honest.
Papa Mikhail.
I know who she is as well. She's not that good. I don't know why she's there.
Zanevska.
She's better, but let's see.
Tandy's the Indian player, though.
Yeah, Tandy. Right, I think we spoke to. God, the name's gone from me now. Who did we have on the podcast? And Kita Rayner. She was saying something about it, I think.
Yeah. I think she played doubles with her before in the past.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on down. We've got Venus Williams. She's still there. She's still playing. She's not going anywhere, mate.
Yeah, but it's Venus Williams. I'm not sure if she's pulled out or not. Regardless, it's a tough one. I'm actually not going for. I'm going for Surstaya anyway. I really like Surstaya. She's disappointed me a lot recently, but I think she can do it here and win this one.
Yeah, I mean, Venus Williams is on a 4-match losing skid at the moment. I think it's going to be 5, unfortunately. Venus going to knock you down. Surely retirement is coming at some point for her. She's into her. Well, she's older than Serena, and Serena's 40 this year.
Yeah.
Well, Doi versus Zhang. I'm going to go Zhang.
Well, both of them have not really been that exciting. I'm looking at Zhang now, and I can't remember the last time she won a match. There's 5 there. She's lost on the bounce. I'm going to go Doi.
It's 9, actually. 9
on the bounce.
Things
I'm
have
going
to
for
come
10.
to an end.
Exactly,
Things...
Joy. I don't think it matters too much because whoever wins is losing the next round, regardless if it's Venus or Cirstea. So,
Mate, she hasn't won a match since October, which is worrying at the French Open. Yeah, well, I'm going to go with her anyway. All these bad runs have to come to an end. I'm going to say Zhang's comes to an end, but then she loses again.
yeah. So I'll have Cirstea beating Doi. I'll have Andreescu beating the qualifier. Hate to say it, Cirstea heads the section. Andreescu's out.
I'm doing the same, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
convinced
think it's
by
wise
Andreescu at all. We don't know if she's even going to play.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no guarantee, is there?
Yeah, good logic. I'm glad you went with that, mate. I'm proud of you for that.
Thanks, man. We got Yulia Putintseva against Rebecca Peterson next. It's an interesting matchup.
I'm going to go Putintseva. The Blink's back in action against Teichmann.
The Blink, one of your favourites.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go the Tyke. I'm going with the Tyke against the Blink.
What's Blinkova's form been like recently?
Blink and you'll miss it, mate.
Who's the Blink been playing? Let's have a little look.
Mate.
Because I actually really liked her for a while. Like, really. I thought she was going to be the next best thing, but she's just not been doing it, has she?
She's 1-0 in the head-to-head and on clay as well, Blinkova. But that was last year. Can you read too much into that?
I'm going to go Teichmann. I'm done with the Blink. I'm over that stage.
Yeah, I think so, mate.
She's like an ex to me, and I'm over her.
Mate, yeah, let's get over her. Kristina Pliskova, another Plisk. We gave one Plisk a hard time after a double bagel defeat. Is her sister going to do a bit better?
In France, I'm going for the hometown Cornet.
Yeah, mate, same. I don't think, even if it wasn't in France, I'd still go for Cornet, I think. Magda Linette versus Habina. I'm gonna go Linette.
God, these are some tough ones, man.
Yeah,
I'm
not
looking
nice
here.
at all, mate.
These are so tough. Like, it's close. I'm gonna go Linette as well. I'm gonna have Cornet beating Linette.
How many? Is anyone on a winning streak? 5-match losing streak for her as well.
It's a tournament of losers. To be honest, even Andreescu. I hate to say it, she's kind of is a bit of a loser recently.
Yeah.
Especially after Australian Open too. So I'm going to have Teichmann beating Putintseva. Maybe a shock for you. I'll have Cornet, Teichmann. And then I'll have...
Cornet, Putintseva.
I'll have Teichmann head in the section.
I'm going to go Cornet just because she's at home. That's the only reason.
Fair enough.
So moving on down.
Mate, I'm just seeing my first semi-finals. Cirstea, Teichmann. Okay.
Right.
Krejcikova. Ooh, playing the qualifier. I think she'll have no issues there. I fancy her to do well.
Come on, the Krejc.
And Caroline Garcia. I think she'll be all right. I believe she played the other day and played quite well. Or maybe it was a dream.
It might have been a dream. No, well, I don't know. She played in Parma. Has she been in the qualifying? I'm not sure. I'm just going to have a look at that. No, she was in the quarterfinals against Siniakova.
Yeah, that's Parma. Right. And Siniakova knocked out Serena Williams.
Yes, that's correct. That's right. So, yeah, I think she won a couple of matches there.
Yeah, she beat Friedrichsen that's the one I was thinking of very comfortably. So I'm going to go Caroline Garcia.
Yeah, I think it's wise, mate. You stick with the French. If you don't know what to do, stick with the home court advantage.
Yeah, and on that logic, maybe I'll put Clara Burel or two as well. The young gun. I really like her. Exciting player for the future. Why not?
I think it's wise, mate. She's on a 5-match winning streak at the moment, but be careful. She just won a tournament, and it's her first match after winning a tournament. But I think she's going to have too much. She's French. She's at home. Let's go with all the Frenchies. Lauren Davis.
With Monfils earlier.
Yeah, but it's Rinderneck. It was French.
And it's not in France.
I know. Rinderneck, mind your neck. Right, Lauren Davis versus Alexandrova. Going to be tough, really. I'll go Alexandrova, I think.
Not tough. Alexandrova walks it. Davis doesn't get
walks it.
Doesn't take more than 4 games.
What?
Yeah.
Very dismissive of Lauren Davis.
You've heard it now, mate. I'm making a stand.
I'm going Krejcikova, Alexandrova, the overs playing each other, and who's going to be the one who heads it up? I'm going to go Barbara Krejcikova,
Yeah, me too, mate. Krejcikova for me as well.
which means she probably goes out in a Garcia.
Nah, she's so good. She really is good.
She is
I like
really
her a
good.
lot. And I fancy her to have a nice little run.
She had match points against Swiatek in the last tournament. So she wasted her opportunity. She could have been there in the final.
She could quite easily win this whole tournament, looking down here.
Well, let's hope she can. We got Shelby Rogers here. She's up against Christina McHale. I'm going to go with Rogers.
Yep.
Qualify. Don't know who to pick, so just pick one.
I'll pick 6. I didn't see one there.
Juan. Pick Juan.
What? Juan? What are you talking about?
I'm joking.
We
got Harmony Tan versus Alison van Oitvank. It's a toughie. I'm going to go with the Tan.
Oh, mate,
that's a tough one.
Has Tan been playing well? I'm going to go Alison. Go on.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it matters because they're going to go out next round.
Oh, Roos versus Pegula. That's
a tough one. Yeah, considering they're so. There's a lot of losers in there. Roos is actually a good, decent player.
Yeah,
you'd expect her to have a nice little run, but against Pegula, I'm not so keen.
Yeah,
I think Pegula's been the one to watch in 2021. I think she's right up there for me as one of the most impressive women I've seen on the tour. She's like she's like the female Karatsev for me right now.
Yeah, she really is the surprise package of 2021. They played each other once on clay before, back in 2013.
Oh.
Roos won.
What's that, Pegula Roos?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I know. 8 years ago, maybe she can get a revenge.
Yeah, different place right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to have Pegula then beating Alison. And then Pegula beating Rogers. She'll be heading the section for me. And playing Krejcikova. So I believe we've actually got very similar semi-finals, mate.
Yeah, I think it sort of picks itself a little bit, this one.
No.
Krejcikova, Pegula. We got Sestea Cornet. Who have you got?
I've lost my thing now. Oh, yeah. Sestea Teichmann.
I'm going to go Sestea.
Yeah, me too. Sestea beats Teichmann and reaches the final. And Krejcikova, Pegula.
Final we all want to see, really, this one.
This is going to be bracket defining. I feel like this is going to separate me and you, mate. Who calls this one right? I think I know who you're edging towards probably, and I'm going to go Pegula.
Yeah. So at least we both got the same thing there.
Yeah.
So Pegula versus Sestea. I'm actually going Pegula to win the whole thing, mate.
Me too, mate. We're completely the same. So Krejcikova probably is going to win it now.
Yeah. That, mate, I want to give her a chance. I don't want to pick Krejcikova because I want her to win it. So there you go. I've got Pegula to win. Let's see who you guys are picking. Don't forget to hit the update bracket thing. Otherwise, it won't be included. I've got to go down and put in some aces. But do you want to do dark horse first? Because there's quite a few people in this one.
Yeah, there's probably a few dark horses, if I'm honest, who you could choose. There's a lot of potentials. It's quite obvious to me. It picks itself. I've got to go into the final. It's Sestea. She's my dark horse to win the tournament.
Makes sense, mate. I think I'll go with Elise Cornet because she's gone far in the tournament for me.
Or Burrell, maybe. But yeah, there's a few different selections. Let us know in the chat who you have as your dark horse. We've got Jordan. He's got Pegula to beat Putin Saver in the final. Interesting one. McQuadrio is going Garcia to lead the bracket. I think that was just the section. I'm not sure about overall. And Liam going Juan, the greatest tennis player ever to live.
Indeed, yes. So we go and have a look at the spreadsheet for the women's side now. And this one's been...
It's good. I like looking at these because it brings you back down memory lane a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
All the story of Game to Love.
There, mate,
yeah, I probably should have added dates, but it's just nice to see some of the winners and names. Some really standout players. I think Barty there just sort of springs to life. Towson winning her first title was incredible.
Yeah.
Sabalenka's been doing well. Savontek's had a few now as well. Goff's on the thing. It's just been really good. And the most impressive thing for me is just seeing all them JGs. I just love seeing a whole heap of JGs all next to each other and not many Bens. It's like a highlight for me, I feel.
Bit lopsided at the moment down that bottom.
And people ever in the chat questioning J Genius, I think this shows why I am J Genius.
Yeah, interesting. There's not so many people who are dominating the actual bracket wins.
Yeah.
So we've got Big Al's normally in there. He's got in there a couple of times.
I think Isaac's done quite well. He's won 2 recently, so Isaac's got a good chance to win the overall thing for the women's. If he wins one more, I think probably 4. If someone can get to 4 on either, I think no one's going to catch them. But anything's possible. You never know. Someone could win 5 on the bounce or something.
They could, mate. They really could. It's interesting, though.
No, I'll be honest. All I want to do is win 1 on each. If I can win 1 men's one and 1 women's one overall, I'd be pretty happy. I've already got 1 men's in the bag. I just want to try and win a women's overall bracket.
I'm not as far behind on the women's. I'm just only 5, so not so bad. But it's still all to play for. I can try and close the gap maybe on you this week.
Well, we're like halfway down the season, mate. You've got time.
Mate, the clay
probably
court's
over half.
Clay court's not my thing, as you know.
I think people were saying when we go into the grass season, mate, Robbo could move up through the leaderboard. You could have Ben flying through.
Yeah, great.
He takes all the grass court tournaments, and I can't get a point.
Oh, damn. Oh, I missed out in Halle or in wherever else is playing, Eastbourne, all these other tournaments. But, mate, I think we should probably wrap that one up. It's getting fairly late. We're nearly into Sunday morning now, aren't we?
Yeah. But anyway, guys, big thank you to everyone who watched. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Join us in the Discord to talk tennis whenever you want. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'm not sure what the plan is for tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll do a live watch along of some kind. And just really getting ready for these tournaments. We'll be covering as much as possible. I feel like we've got some exciting ones on the men's. And don't forget Djokovic's tournament. I'm calling it that now because I don't understand how we can lose it. We've got a lot of them going on. So stay tuned for the channel and everything's going to be happening here. And just one final thing I want to say is we have now launched a Patreon. If you want to join that, we'd really appreciate it. It'll be great to support the channel. And it gives you guys some extra little benefits, especially in the Discord. I think the whole private chat and having your font in different color in the chat, sort of differentiating you between everyone, is quite cool. And just some other perks here and there.
Indeed. Yeah, don't forget, we will be announcing the website, which will be coming out. It's almost imminent now, and we will be getting some merch on there as well. So we will update you with some cool little designs that we've been working on, and all very GTL related, isn't it? It's exciting stuff.
Yeah. All good. Well, anyway, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.